We all need motivation at times in our life. So I want to tell you a great story of sacrifice and pull it all the way around back to your life. Stay tuned and listen to this story.
Cyrus, Ausar.
A great story of sacrifice is this. Have you ever visited a prison? Maybe, maybe not. But if you have, it's typically this prison here, and it's 30 to 50 miles away from everything else. So they're going to keep it in this location so it can be isolated from everyone else. And I got to thinking, why would they do that? Why would they isolate it so much? And I was thinking about a prison break. What if somebody was to break out? If they broke out of this prison, how far away is the town for this prisoner to get to before the police can respond? And I was like, man, if it's 30 miles to 50 miles on foot, that's a long journey. So that gives somebody the time to catch up once they found out that you were missing. So as I got to thinking about that, I thought about slavery. I thought about those times. If it's 50 miles, 30 to 50 miles, let's just say it's 10 miles on foot from this prison to civilization, we can say, a house, a store, anything like that, where you can blend in. And it's typically highways or back roads. So I thought about slavery, and I thought about if this house is here and the next house is 40 miles away and we dealing with like a plantation, can you think about what it must took for a slave to run and feel like they can get away? Like, this terrain is very well known by the slave owners. They hunt on it. They've been traveling on it for years. It got passed down through families. And the slaves are new to this area. So even if they take off, it's a good possibility that they will be caught. And I thought about that. I was like, man, it's interesting. Because if I'm in Alabama and I heard that there's freedom in Detroit, do you know how long that would be on foot? That is immense. That is so far as unbelievable. Now I'm giving you a long term just to show you the story. So if I'm willing to travel that far, what am I willing to sacrifice for that? That's unbelievable. So let me take you a step further. If somebody is willing to sacrifice themselves to go from this area in the south to this area in the north on foot through all these places, that's a great sacrifice. And you're willing to take your mom, your dad, your kids, your sister, brother, whatever, to have a better life. Which made me think about Harriet Tubman. And I was like, man, she was willing to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Such a great sacrifice. And she said that she could have freed more slaves if they would have knew they were slaves. So I thought about it, like, at this point, we won't even want to walk to the store to get food that we need for our bodies. And somebody, or in this case, Harriet Tubman, was willing to walk thousands of miles to free people she did not even know. Then I thought about our lives currently and the things that we go through in daily life. Our depression, our suicidal thoughts, our anxiety, all these things that we deal with based upon the life that we are living. We don't know where our next dollar is going to come from. We don't know where our next meal is going to come from. We don't know who's going to be in a relationship with us. We don't love our partner. It's a ton. But as I was thinking about that, I thought, there's always a great sacrifice for the change in life. There's always. Sometimes that sacrifice may even be your sanity. It feels that way. It feels like I'm sacrificing my sanity to live. anytime we do something great or we strive to do something great, the energy you put into that greatness, you're going to get back in some other form. It's the way things remain balanced. What I mean by that is if you aspire to have a multi-million-dollar company, the other side of that is you won't have time for your family. If you aspire to be this big NBA star, NFL star, the offset of that is you may not have the best people skills. You are in a job where it requires your testosterone to be at a high level 24/7. And I don't know too many old athletes. There's a few, but I don't know too many old athletes. So the toll that it puts on your body, you got to realize that you may not be able to walk in your 40s, especially playing football or whatnot. So it's always something that's going to be on the other side of what you're asking for. And I thought it was deep because we sit here and we complain about our lives. I'm referring to me. I can complain. You can complain. A lot of people you can complain. But they also have to ask themselves, what are they asking for? What are you asking for? You're asking to change your whole family. You're asking to make $1 million. You're asking to change everything. You realize you're asking for something very big. And to ask for that, you have to be offset with something on the other side that feels the same weight. So what sacrifices are you willing to make? With Harriet Tubman, she was willing to sacrifice her life. That is the greatest sacrifice. I'm willing to give up my life in order for something to move forward in the better. I'm willing to give up my life for it. Now, obviously, I'm not asking you to give up your life or whatever you believe in. I'm just giving you some perspective on when you have those low moments and you think about life on the behalf of, I'm getting beat down, I'm suicidal, I'm depressed, and I'm all these things. Ask yourself also, what are you asking for? Because that's what's going to come with asking for something huge. You want to change your family. You want to overcome depression through doing art. Regardless of whatever it is you asking for, you have to understand there's going to be a other side of it that's going to come with it too. Now, if you ask for your life to be mediocre, the weight is not going to be the same. If you say, I just want to get a 9-to-5 job, work that, and, take care of my kids, that's great. That's all great. I do not knock any decision somebody want to make with their life. But you will understand that offset is not going to be as heavy as I want to get $10 million to change my family. So thank you for taking out the time and watching this video. I hope you understood my perspective on sacrifice and the things that you have to do to offset the others. If you're asking for millions of dollars, understand it's going to come with envy and jealousy and depression and suicidal thoughts and anxiety. It's going to come with it because you're asking for something large. You're asking them to change your family. It's going to come with other things. Once again, thank you. If you want to get this shirt or a hat or one of my books, you can do so in the description box below. Also, thank y'all for reaching out to me on Instagram. I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate the topics y'all give me to speak on as well, and I love engaging with y'all in the inbox. Thank you. My name is Cyrus Ausar, and my mission is to decrease depression and prevent suicide by boosting self-awareness. The goal is to be better than you were yesterday and apply that mentality every day, growing to greatness.